All right, welcome to your ultimate one-shot revision explainer. Today we are taking the absolute most intimidating chapter of Class 11 Physics, rotational motion, and we're going to completely hack it so it becomes your easiest subject. If you've been struggling to simplify these physics concepts for your exams, take a deep breath, because you are in exactly the right place. So I know you've probably heard that this topic is incredibly tough, maybe even scary, right? Everyone tells you it's the hardest chapter in the book, but today we are going to completely dismantle that fear. The real trick here as a student is just breaking these massive complex equations down into simple everyday observations. To do that, we've got a clear 6-step playbook to take you from panic to mastery. We'll cover motions and center points, how heavier objects shift balance, center of mass formulas, avoiding initial coordinate pitfalls, solid versus hollow objects, and finally calculating in 3D space. Okay, let's jump straight into section 1, motions and center points, visualizing the physics before the math. Look, to really master rotational motion, you have to mentally separate the movements. In pure translation, every single part of an object moves uniformly in one direction together. Just picture a box sliding across the floor. But pure rotation, that's when a rigid body spins around an axis. That means the points right on that axis stay perfectly stationary, while the entire rest of the body circles around them. Now, to really grasp rotation, we have to nail down this one foundational concept. If you want to balance a rigid body, like when you try to perfectly balance a pen on your finger, you absolutely must find its center of mass. It is literally that magical sweet spot where the entire mass of the system can be assumed to be concentrated, making its weight completely, perfectly balanced. Moving on to section 2, how heavier objects shift balance. Let's build some real-world intuition for shifting mass. Think about this visually for a second. Does the center of mass always stay in the exact middle? If you take that perfectly balanced pen on your finger and you stick a heavy metal cap onto one end of it, do you honestly think the balance point is going to stay completely dead center? No way. The crucial rule is right here, and it's super intuitive. The center of mass always shifts directly towards the heavier mass. It literally moves away from the exact middle to compensate for the added weight. So if you have a rod and you attach a heavy weight to the right side, the center of mass moves to the right. It's just an undeniable rule of physics. Let's hit section 3, center of mass formulas. This is the core arithmetic for your coordinate systems. Okay, I know, it looks like a messy alphabet soup right now. But honestly, finding the center of mass is basically just applying a super simple repeating pattern for your x, y, and z coordinates. You literally just multiply each mass by its coordinate, add those results together, and divide by the total weight. That's the whole shebang. Let's actually plug some numbers in and watch how simple this is with a basic 2-particle system. Step 1, we multiply the 1 kilo mass by its coordinate, which is -1. Then we multiply the 2 kilo mass by its coordinate, which is 4. Step 2, add them up. -1 plus 8 gives us 7. Step 3, divide by the total mass of the system, which is 3 kilos. Boom, 7/3. Just basic arithmetic. By treating these calculations as simple, independent little steps, you're going to find the exact coordinate without any stress at all. All right, section 4, avoiding initial coordinate pitfalls. Let's set up your grid for absolute success. Listen up, because here is your absolute secret weapon, what I call the golden exam rule. Always place your first particle exactly at the origin, 0, 0. If a test question doesn't specifically give you the starting coordinates, be smart about it. Placing that first mass at the origin magically makes a huge chunk of your complex algebra equals 0, and it just completely disappears. Take the famous hydrogen chloride molecule problem, for instance. By strategically locking the hydrogen atom right at 0, 0, we only have to calculate the math for the much heavier chlorine. It perfectly avoids those silly coordinate alignment errors and turns a really complicated molecule into straight-line math. It's a total game changer. Section 5, solid versus hollow objects. This is your ultimate memorization cheat sheet. You are absolutely going to want to memorize this chart. Having this in your head is basically free marks, letting you completely bypass pages of calculus during a timed test. Notice the pattern here. Hollow objects usually have a higher center of mass relative to their base. Like a hollow hemisphere sits exactly at r/2, while a solid hemisphere's filled-in weight pulls its center down a bit to 3r/8. Commit this to memory, for sure. And finally, section 6, calculating in 3D space. The final boss battle. To conquer a full 3D system, we just take it one axis at a time. First, we isolate the x-axis entirely. Take our 2 kilo and 3 kilo masses and multiply them strictly by their x-coordinates. So 2 times 1 plus 3 times 2, that gives us 8. Then just divide by the total mass, which is 5 kilos, to cleanly get an x-coordinate of 8 over 5. See? Easy. Next up, literally just put your blinders on, ignore everything else, and repeat the exact same process purely for the y-coordinates. 2 times 2 is 4, plus 3 times 4 is 12, which gives us 16. Divide by that exact same total mass of 5 to land at a y-coordinate of 16 over 5. Finally, we tackle the z-axis. Zero panic required. We just plug in our z-coordinates, 3 and 6. Multiply the masses. 2 times 3 is 6, and 3 times 6 is 18. Add those up to get 24. Divide by our trusty 5 kilos to finish the boss battle with a final z-coordinate of 24 over 5. Guys, it's really just doing simple 1D math 3 separate times. Look at that. You've systematically dismantled the hardest concepts in rotational motion and completely replaced your fear with reliable step-by-step formulas. If you can hack a 3D coordinate system this easily, just using simple arithmetic, an exam paper is absolutely no match for you. So, I'm going to leave you with a final challenge. How fast will you solve the center of mass for an equilateral triangle today? Trust your structure, trust your formulas, and go crush it.